The Alien Enemies Act of 1798 was one of 4 laws passed during a period known as the Alien and Sedition Acts. These laws were approved by Congress and signed by President John Adams in response to fears that the United States might go to war with France. The Alien Enemies Act specifically targeted immigrants from enemy countries, and it allowed the president to take actions against foreign nationals who might be a threat to national security. So, what did the Alien Enemies Act do? The act empowered the president to detain, deport, or restrict the freedom of any male citizen over the age of 14 from a country that the United States was at war with. Essentially, during times of war, foreign nationals from enemy countries could be detained or expelled from the United States without a trial if they were considered a potential threat. The act gave sweeping powers to the executive branch, which made it highly controversial, especially because it overrode certain legal protections that immigrants would typically have. At the time, relations between the United States and France were tense, and there was a widespread fear that foreign nationals could act as spies or saboteurs if war broke out. Many Americans worried that French immigrants or sympathizers from other countries might try to undermine the United States government. The Alien Enemies Act was designed to give the president a tool to manage these perceived risks. Though rarely used in its early years, the Alien Enemies Act became significant during World War I, when President Woodrow Wilson authorized the detention of German nationals living in the United States. Since Germany was an enemy in this war, Wilson used the act to prevent Germans from potentially aiding their home country. The Alien Enemies Act was also used during World War II after the United States declared war on Japan, Germany, and Italy. The US government interned thousands of Japanese, German, and Italian immigrants under this act. This included Japanese immigrants who had lived in the United States for decades, although their American-born children were not subject to the same treatment. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798 remains an example of how national security concerns can lead to limitations on civil liberties, especially in times of war. It still exists today as part of US law, although it has rarely been used in recent years. This act set an important historical precedent, showing how the US government balances civil rights with national security concerns, a tension that continues to shape policy today.